we've long suspected that Tomi Lahren was angling for a job at Fox News, and the day has come. She has been hired as a correspondent on Fox News. So she will primarily be a contributor for Sean Hannity's show, though she will also be involved in work on digital product development. So she'll be doing some online stuff. We'll see how she does. She also said in an interview, just to give you an idea of what kind of person Tomi Lahren is, in case you've never been familiar with her, in an interview with Playboy earlier this year, her most important goal was to help make white people less afraid of offending black people.
A worthy goal.
Lofty goal, lofty goal.
Yeah.
We don't have enough of that, right?
Well, why not start a charity on that? Our charity will help you offend other human beings and tear the country apart.
So earlier this year, one of my favorite stories came out, and it was about how she was deleting tweets because they didn't necessarily go along with her conservative persona. And in those tweets, she talked about partying, about popping that pussy, which is not really what you'd hear from like a goody two-shoes conservative woman who's really worried about family values. So anyway.
On the other hand, at Fox News, they might enjoy that kind of talk.
Well, maybe. Yeah, you're right. Now, there were a few tweets about this that I thought were funny, so I want to share them with you. One person writes, finally, the blonde and also racist perspective will also get a voice on Fox, which is funny because obviously there's a ton of those voices. And then Chris Murphy, I love this tweet. You can finally get off your parents' health insurance, Tomi Lahren, and all you have to do is yell at a camera.
Because she admitted that she is actually using Obamacare and on her parents' insurance. But to be fair, it is hard out there for not only pimps, but also for conservative commentators, because if you're not on Fox News, there's The Blaze, which is a blaze. It's about to go down and it's in financial ruins. And besides which, if you deviate from the orthodoxy at all there, you're gonna get fired, which is kind of what happened to Tomi Lahren. And then she couldn't find any other job, so she had to go work for a propaganda outlet. And I don't mean media-wise, it was literal. She went to work at Trump's PAC. So she was being paid to do propaganda for the dear leader.
Yep.
No, that's just literal. And then when Fox News saw that, they're like, oh, you're working for a Super-PAC to try to, push people in a certain direction because you're getting paid to do that. They're like, that's what we do at Fox News, right? Fox News is the ultimate Super PAC for Republicans, so they're bringing her in. She's also said that Black Lives Matter is like the Ku Klux Klan. Of course, Black Lives Matter says, hey, can you please stop killing us? Whereas the Klan thought, we'd like to kill you. So you can see how those two things might be related if you're deeply racist like Tomi Lahren.
So look, this goes beyond Tomi Lahren. I think that Tomi Lahren is a symptom of what I would argue is one of the most frustrating elements of American society. We love to celebrate and reward bad behavior, people who are not rational, who are not logical, who are not educated. And when I say educated, I'm not talking about a college degree. I mean people who talk about issues that they have some knowledge on. She never talks about issues she has knowledge on. She uses inflammatory language, so her videos go viral, and she gets rewarded for it. And so I think it was a devastating realization for me that sitting there and researching and making sure you know everything and making sure you know what you're talking about and making sure that you don't misinform people, that you give them the information that they need. I value that, right? And I used to think that America valued that. America doesn't value that, okay? Tomi Lahren, we were talking about this during the break. Tomi Lahren's gonna be fabulously wealthy. She will be invited on multiple news outlets and organizations. She will be celebrated. Every time there's a political convention, she's gonna be the headliner, and everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, Tomi Lahren, she's so amazing. But why is she amazing? Can you sit down and have a conversation with her where she actually says one thing that's accurate and not hateful or race baiting or inflammatory? That's the only thing she does, but it doesn't matter. And anytime there's buzz, you will get rewarded. We actually elected someone based on that, and it's so incredibly devastating.
So all that is fair enough, but I actually think that the establishment media has an enormous right-wing bias. What I mean by that is, if you say ridiculous or hateful things, like Anna pointed out, and you will go on cable news over and over again. Here she gets a contract from Fox News, CNN. Oh, Jeffrey Lord, until you say something slightly, you put the wrong words together. But until you said the magic wrong words, you could say hateful things, you could say racist things, you could say lie after lie after lie. It doesn't matter. If you're a right winger, you can insult CNN to their face. You can say they're fake news. You can say anything you want about them, and CNN will have you back on, back on, back on. They'll have an army of right wing lunatics on. But if you're a left winger, no. You know why? Because they've internalized the right wing talking point that they're the liberal media. So they think we don't need a liberal on. We have Chris Cuomo.
Right, you're so right. And also, another story that was in the headlines today was in regard to Megyn Kelly and how the network she's working for now is in a panic because her audience is much older than they would like.
Of course. Right? You know what the average age of the Fox News audience is? 68 years old. That's a fact.
Right. So it's just funny to me because people in the media keep drinking that conservative Kool-Aid, regardless of their lack of facts, their lack of everything that you need to actually be an authority to speak on something, right? They've completely ignored that because they're all about the buzz. They're all about promoting these crazy people. And then when the audience isn't there, they're in a panic. Wakey.
If you're left wing, you have to be establishment in order to be on TV. You have to say the Democratic Party is awesome. You have to, there's certain things that you have to be very calm. You cannot counterattack the right. Do not speak out against the right forcefully, otherwise you'll be removed from TV. But if you're the right wing, you can say anything you want. There are no rules, okay? So have at it, Hoss. So there's almost no Bernie Sanders supporters on TV. There's a couple of guys that are good guys, very tiny, and then there's some who are fake Bernie Sanders supporters who actually support the establishment, but overwhelmingly it's Democratic Party hacks and the right wing. Anything outside of the Hillary Clinton line, there's like one or two people in all of television. So no, the media hates the left wing. And they don't allow the left wing on, but Tomi Lahren of the world will get contracts to the end of time.
That's right.
Because the mainstream media has an enormous right wing bias. And if you told them that, they'd be like, oh, no way, Rush Limbaugh's been accusing me of being left wing for 40 years. No, you internalize that crap. And you actually, Bernie Sanders is the most popular politician in the country. Shouldn't there be an army of Bernie Sanders supporters on TV? And they'd be hard pressed to point to two on all of television. Help us build independent media. Become a member of the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.